Hello, myself Zhang Anji, and today I'll be talking about the introduction of AirAsia Berhad. So AirAsia Berhad started on 1990s. It was a small, struggling airline, but it had its turnover on 2001 when a music executive called Tony Fernandez purchased the airline for 1 million ringgit. And he made into a powerful idea called as now everyone can fly. So this was not just a slogan but more of a revolution because he saw that regular people were priced out of flying, and he made that airline as one of the true low cost barrier. So how did he actually do it, or how did he make AirAsia successful? So he made it into a super effective model. So the first one was he only used one type of airplane so that it can maintain its cheap and simpleness. And second was whatever you buy needs to be paid, whether it's food or any accessories. So this was a huge source of income. Third, they mostly do online bookings because so that they can cut the middleman. And the fourth one is they focus on direct or point-to-point airplane, like traveling, so that it can be cheap and simple. So because of this, it was a winning formula which made Malaysia's airline very successful. And they also expanded their airline in different countries like in Indonesia and Thailand. And they became like regional giant by navigating into different country rules too. Now AirAsia is actually not just an airline, but more than that, because they're also evolving in digital travel as well as in lifestyles through some apps, like super apps they have. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Aidid. I will be taking you through the core economic environment in which AirAsia operates, focusing on its market structure and then detailing how it maximizes profit in both the short and long run. Characteristic of AirAsia's market structure: the assignment identifies AirAsia as operating in a monopolistically competitive market. This structure perfectly describes the blend of competition and differentiation in the budget airline industry. Let's analyze this through four key characteristics. Number one, large number of firms. The low-cost carrier segment in Southeast Asia is highly crowded. AirAsia competes directly with rivals like Scoot and Vietjet. Crucially, no single company has enough market share to control prices. This leads to intense route-by-route price battles. Number two, product differentiation. The brand promise. AirAsia engages in fierce differentiation to build loyalty. The primary difference is the relentless commitment to being the lowest cost operator, captured in their mission. Now everyone can fly. They achieve this through using a single aircraft type, Airbus A320, to simplify maintenance. The no-frills model, which generates massive ancillary revenue from paid baggage, keeping base fares extremely low. Number three, free entry and exit. The LCC business model effectively lowers the barriers to entry. The constant emergence of new carriers and the collapse of others during shocks shows that entry and exit are very real possibilities. This threat forces AirAsia to remain efficient and responsive at all times. Number four, some price setting power. The monopolistic edge. Due to their strong brand, AirAsia is not pure price taker. They have a small degree of market power. A loyal customer may be willing to pay a small premium over a rival's fare. However, this power is severely limited. Budget travelers are highly price sensitive, so AirAsia must constantly monitor and often match competitor pricing to retain its market share. Profit maximization. Now let's transition and see how AirAsia navigates this competitive environment to maximize its profit. Short run equilibrium. In the short run, AirAsia maximizes its profit by applying the basic macroeconomic rule. Marginal revenue must equal marginal cost. As illustrated in the diagram, the firm produces at quantity QSR where MR equals to MC. The price PSR is set by the demand curve. At this equilibrium, the price is greater than the average total cost. This difference means AirAsia is earning an economic profit on each ticket sold. They achieve the short-run profit through dynamic pricing algorithms, operational efficiency, which minimizes turnaround times and lowers the ATC. Long-run sustainability and defensive strategy. In the long run, those short-run economic profits cannot last. They attract new competitors. This increased competition steals market share, causing AirAsia's demand curve to shift to the left and become more elastic. This process continues until the demand curve is tangent to the average total cost curve. At this long-run equilibrium, the price equals the ATC. This means that economic profit becomes zero and the firm only earns a normal profit. To sustain profitability above this normal level, AirAsia uses critical defensive strategies. Number one, aggressive cost leadership. They constantly chase cost reduction to push the ATC curve downward. A lower cost structure means they can remain profitable longer, even if price fall due to market saturation. Number two, strategic ecosystem expansion. AirAsia developed the AirAsia digital ecosystem, the super app, Big Pay, and Teleport. This diversification builds a walled garden of services. A customer using these multiple services is more loyal, making the flight product less exchangeable and the demand curve less elastic. Number three, continuous brand strengthening. Heavy investment in marketing and branding creates an emotional connection. This protected differentiation makes customers less likely to switch to a slightly cheaper, less differentiated competitor.
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to our Madam Siti Asmahan. My name is Daniel and today I will be explaining about how fiscal policy and monetary policy influence AirAsia's operations, cost and long-term competitiveness. These government's policies act as major external forces that shape how the airlines plans, invest and performs in the aviation market. And for the first one is the effect of the fiscal policy. Fiscal policy refers to the government decisions on taxation and spending, and both have indirect and direct impacts on AirAsia. And the first one is the taxation. First, let's look at corporate taxation. When the government reduces corporate income tax as part of an expansionary fiscal policy, AirAsia immediately benefits. Lower tax means higher after-tax profits, and that gives the company more internal funds to upgrade its fleet, expand routes, or invest in digital system, all without needing extra debt. Next, we consider taxes on jet fuel. Fuel is one of the airline's biggest expenses. If the government provides subsidies or remove fuel taxes, AirAsia's operating costs will drop sharply. This essentially shifts its average total cost curve downward, improving its profit margin per flight and strengthening its price competitiveness against other airlines. And the second one is the government spending. Government spending on infrastructure also matters. When the government builds or upgrades airports, AirAsia benefits from reduced taxiing time, fewer delays, and faster aircraft turnaround. This means aircraft can create more flights per day, improving efficiency, reducing fuel wastage, and increasing profitability. Let's look into the effect of monetary policy. Monetary policy, controlled by Bank Negara Malaysia, focuses on the interest rate and money supply. This greatly affects AirAsia's financing and stability. For the first one, we got the interest rate. AirAsia funds a large portion of its fleet through debt. So when the central bank raises interest rates under a contractionary monetary policy, AirAsia faces higher costs in servicing its loans. New borrowing becomes more expensive, making it harder for the airlines to buy a new, fuel-efficient aircraft. This can force AirAsia to continue operating all the planes, raising long-term operating costs. On the other hand, when interest rates are low, borrowing becomes cheaper. This helps AirAsia refinance its debts and invest in new aircraft. A low interest environment supports long-term strategies like fleet renewal, which is crucial for maintaining a cost leadership position. And the second one is exchange rates. As an international airline, AirAsia deals with many currencies. It earns revenue in various local currencies but pays major expenses such as aircraft leases, fuel, and debt in US dollar. A strong Malaysian ringgit makes AirAsia's ticket more expensive for foreigners but reduces the cost of its US dollars expenses. A weak ringgit does the opposite. It attracts more foreign passengers but increases the cost of fuel, leases, and loan repayments. Because of these conflicting effects, AirAsia must rely on hedging strategies to manage currency risk and protect its profitability. So, in conclusion, AirAsia operates in one of the most competitive markets where maintaining long-term profits is never guaranteed. To stay ahead, the company relies on clear three-part strategy, which is in the short run, it focuses on maximizing profits through smart pricing decisions and strong operational efficiency. The second one is the long run. It strengthens its position by cutting unnecessary costs and building a loyal customer ecosystem that keeps passengers coming back. At the same time, AirAsia must continuously navigate external challenges, especially government fiscal and monetary policies that directly affect its cost and overall growth. By balancing all these factors, AirAsia positions itself to remain competitive and resilient in aviation industry. That's all from us. Thank you.